just in time for summer, Kino Lorber sent this to me for review. Summer Rental, a 1985 flick starring John Candy. And this is a Blu-ray disc, high definition. It's a 4K scan of the original 35 millimeter camera negative. This is 87 minutes. It has English subtitles. If you are able to catch it on Kino Lorber, it has this attractive slip with this artwork. Now, this was previously on DVD, and I do have the DDV. I owned it, and this is an upgrade for me. So, what do we have on here? We have an audio commentary by film historian Joe Ramone. Ear Candy, the music of Summer Rental featurette, which this has a great soundtrack. If you know, you know. And the trailer's on here too. There are some mature themes. I let my kids watch it, and they absolutely love it. They love John Candy. They love this movie. They just get hypnotized by it and drawn in. And but there are some adult themes to it, even though it is PG. It's an 80s PG. So there's like a scene where John Candy says that he wants to get drunk. There's some drinking, and there's a lady that flashes people repeatedly. But wow, there is a great cast. So we have Richard Crenna, Rip Torn. Oh my God, I love him. Little tiny Joey Lawrence is in here too. In fact, there he is right there. Look at him. Isn't he cute? So let's just compare the artwork. So there's the DVD artwork. Okay, and then there is Kino Lorber's 4K. So it looks a lot neater. This looks kind of busy. This looks a lot neater. I like it. I think it's a notable improvement. No reversible artwork or anything on here. This is it. So this is what you get from Kino Lorber. Now, a brief synopsis, if you have not seen this, and a little statement on, I guess, the scan. John Candy also did the great summer movie, The Great Outdoors, with Dan Aykroyd. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. So they're both quintessential summer movies, I think. But I was talking about this. I compared Summer Rental to, like, this is to summer movies what A Christmas Story is to Christmas movies. So I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 on Letterboxd. It's not super exciting. There's not a whole lot of action, but it's more like a story that just kind of unfolds. It kind of takes you along for the ride. John Candy plays an air traffic controller, and he is kind of the born loser. You know, as soon as we see him, he's getting ready to head out the door to go to work. He wants to have coffee. His wife won't let him have coffee. His kid gives him an egg for breakfast, and he cracks one on the dash of his super cool old car, and the egg is not boiled, and it just cracks everywhere. And he's like, "It's my fault. It's my fault." He gets blocked into his spot. He can't open his door. He has to climb out the window. It's just like everything keeps happening wrong. And it's just kind of set up like that born loser character, like Charlie Brown. So basically he has a mishap at work. You know, he's an air traffic controller. He has to be on point. He's guiding in planes. So there's a mishap with the fly on the screen, the radar. He can't find the plane. Where's the plane? I lost a plane. And so his boss says, "You know what? You need a break. Take a vacation." So he takes a vacation. He goes to Citrus Cove, Florida with his family. I think, so this was filmed in Florida and Georgia. I think it was supposed to be like, they took a little road trip. There are a lot of outdoor scenes in this movie. So I'll try to do a little side-by-side comparison so you can see Blu-ray versus DVD, how the transfer looks. The DVD was horrible. Like it was just not a good scan. It had grain. The Blu-ray is a vast improvement, but there is still some noise. I feel like the film is just not probably the best quality or in the best shape for this movie. But in a lot of the outdoor scenes, while it's still a vast improvement on what the DVD looks like, it is. There's no debate about that. The Blu-ray looks better than the DVD, hands down. But there's still a lot of just light grain and stuff, noise to the picture in the Blu-ray that you don't typically see it in a lot of 4K scans. So I just want to put that out there. It's not perfect, but it is a vast improvement on what we have. And some scenes do look crystal clear on the Blu-ray. So basically they get to Florida, they're in this beautiful house, and then they figure out the house is not actually their house. They have to go to this other house, and it's like straight up trash, and it's next to these hunky lifeguards and Mr. Mouth to Mouth, and he's got a teenage daughter. Oh, daddy. And he has an unfortunate boating accident and injures his leg, so he's kind of hanging back at the house with the dog, Archie. My kid loves the dog. And he's hanging back, and the family's going out and having fun and enjoying their vacation, and the wife starts getting friendly, hanging out with this recently divorced dad, and he's like, what's this about? The daughter is, getting the attention of teenage boys, and yeah, then he's just got little Joey Lawrence there. Rip Torn's character is really good. He plays Captain Scully, and that he's my favorite part of the movie. Hands down, he's my favorite part of the movie. The place he moves into, there's a scene where he is with the neighbor checking out her new bolt-ons, and like everybody from the beach just like moves into his house. Like it takes a matter of minutes, and there's basically just like a house party going on. But it's so funny. The neighbor, she is such a character. She got a pair of $2,000 breast implants, and she's trying to get the opinion of anybody she can talk to. How do they look? Do they look good? And that was a great scene too. Her husband is like, will you do me a favor? You just tell her they look good. And their whole dynamic was really fun. And I always wondered, do they show anything? I paused it. They do. You can see. There's like a fraction of a second where you can get a glimpse. And I'm like, I didn't know that was in there. But I'm sure I'm not the only person that's done that. I'm guilty. I did. I took a peep, and I mean, hey, $2,000. What can you say? So I compare it to A Christmas Story because while there is a plot and there are subplots and there are things that move the story along, there's conflict, there's resolution. While it has all these things, it's just not super climactic. There's not a lot of tension. There's not a lot of it's basically characters, and you're just watching a story about these characters, and it's fun. And I feel like every time I watch it, like A Christmas Story, I feel like it's more like an experience and an atmospheric thing. It gets you in the mood for summer. So I do think that it's a great movie. I think that it is a must-watch in the summertime. It is a quintessential summer movie. Do I think it's the best summer movie? No, but it's a must-watch every year. My family's already watched it probably like 20 times since we got this release in. So, and you saw that was just a couple weeks ago. And we're going to be watching it more, I'm sure. So I am super happy that Kino Lorber decided to give this the Blu-ray treatment. I feel like this movie gets average reviews, which I think it deserves average reviews. But I also think that it is kind of iconic. There's a lot going on. Like I said, the soundtrack is amazing. Oh my God. And I it's for sale, so got to get it. Got to get the soundtrack. It is a must-have. It just makes you feel like it's summertime. So it would be the perfect soundtrack to throw on in the car on a road trip. So no spoilers if you haven't seen Summer Rental from 1985 somehow, but there is a lot at stake. There's a race. There is a sailing race. It's a regatta. It's the regatta. The Citrus Cove Regatta, and John Candy's character has to race this local who's like the big sailing guy. He's like the big guy in town, and John Candy has everything at stake. He has to race this guy. He has Captain Scully and his boat, the Barnacle, and there is a nice little montage with them fixing up the Barnacle, getting it ship shape, and then there's the race. So that is the big culmination at the end, and it's fun. It is everything that you could hope for, I think. Just in time for Memorial Day, right? Let me know if you're picking this up from Kino Lorber. You don't want to miss this. You want to have this on hand for the summer season, I think. So let me know what's up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
It's Fresh Grouper.